You guys, we have to talk about the drama exploding around the secret lives of Mormon wives. So if you've never heard of it, Mom Talk was this tight-knit corner of TikTok that totally blew up, and not just online. These women actually ended up getting their own reality show, all because Taylor Frankie Paul revealed she was involved in a soft swinging group. Yep, you heard that right. Now season 2 is out and the drama, it's on another level. The cast is spilling everything on podcasts, TikTok, and across the internet, and we're breaking down exactly what's going on. First off, who even are these people? All the women on the show are Mormon moms who call themselves part of Mom Talk. They used to make fun, relatable content together until some jaw-dropping drama hit the fan and they went viral. That's when Hulu stepped in and gave them a reality series called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And the scandal that kicked it all off? Taylor Frankie Paul, one of the biggest faces of the group, admitted that she and her husband were part of a soft swinging setup within their friend circle. That means they'd swap partners, but with boundaries. So what exactly is soft swinging? According to Taylor, it was more like kissing, college party games kind of stuff, spin the bottle, blindfolded guessing games, and supposedly nothing went all the way. But then Taylor crossed the line. She admitted she caught feelings for someone else's husband, which totally broke their rules. That revelation ended her marriage and fractured the entire Mom Talk friend group. But what really blew everything up was how Taylor handled it. She came forward publicly and owned her part in the drama, but she didn't name anyone else involved. And that's when everyone started pointing fingers. People were like, wait, who else was in on this? And because Taylor stayed vague, everyone in Mom Talk started getting heat, even the ones who had nothing to do with it. Now, just to be clear, in season 1 of the show, Taylor is the only one confirmed to have been involved in the swinging stuff. The other moms, not part of it. Season 1 basically followed the fallout from Taylor's confession, her marriage crumbling, her friendships imploding, and her trying to start over, all while diving into a messy, chaotic new relationship with a guy named Dakota. And people, they were hooked, not because she was perfect, but because she was real. She owned up to everything and didn't try to spin it. Meanwhile, Whitney, another cast member, kind of became the villain of season 1. A lot of viewers felt like she was trying to replace Taylor as the group's queen bee. Others criticized her for staying with her husband, who had not only been on Tinder, but also had an addiction to adult content. By the end of the season, Whitney said she was done with Mom Talk altogether. She blocked castmates, ditched the group chat, and cut ties. Then there was Jennifer Affleck and her husband Zach. They had their own issues. Fans begged Jen to leave him, calling Zach controlling, narcissistic, and just super toxic. It wasn't clear if they were going to split or stick it out, which brings us to season 2, and things are spicy. First, Whitney, she's laying low. She and her husband had another baby. She's out of the drama, and honestly, people are liking her a lot more this season. Some are even saying, wait, she's kind of fun? Then a new face joins the cast, Miranda, and this is where things get juicy. Miranda was actually married to the guy Taylor had the affair with during the swinging scandal. Naturally, everyone expected fireworks.
Demi pushed boundaries in Vanderpump Villa.
Boundaries in her marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
And I called her out for it, and she was very upset in Italy. She was like, how dare you tell me what my own boundaries are in my marriage? I can do what I want. I just kind of like told her, like, if you want to flirt with this guy or whatever, like, you can go do that. Like, that's your boundary in your marriage, like, whatever. But like, I'm making it very clear that I don't want to be associated with that. And I was worried at that point, like, are they going to edit it in a way that we're all flirting with these guys? I want to make it very clear that, like, I'm just here to have a fun girls trip, and I'm not like trying to, like, you know.
So at that moment, when you brought that up to Demi, were you trying to be like a good friend and hold her accountable and be like, hey, I don't know where your head is right now, but like, this is what you're doing and maybe you should stop? And she didn't
Absolutely.
respond well.
I think at that point she was just like, maybe she had realized, but later after the trip, she ended up having a conversation with Brett and she was bawling on the phone. I went too far. I should have gone to bed at 8 p.m. when you went to bed, Jen. Like, I may have pushed this too far. Will you guys please not tell anyone?
When she joined the show. But surprisingly, Miranda was super chill. She and Taylor sat down, had a real conversation, and Miranda owned her role in the whole scandal. She didn't sugarcoat it. She explained what happened, what they did, and then that was that. No major blow up. The real drama
Paul.
Brett, come on, bro. Come on, you're saying Jen is 100% false when Jen is 100% true. Dude, you are a smart man. You are not delusional. Like, it's admirable that you want to defend your woman like that. But you must just not know the whole truth. You heard Jen. She said she has receipts. If she has receipts, imagine what kind of receipts I have. Even if there weren't any receipts, she was at Vanderpump Villa. I was at Vanderpump Villa. Everyone knows what went down. It's all on camera. All I'm saying, man, is if you want the truth, get my phone number from Demetria and you can call or text me and we can have a talk. All right, here's the deal. You guys want receipts? So I'm gonna give you what I can. Unfortunately though, it's not everything. But I'm gonna at least try and show you how this all started and went down. That being said, I had just been fired off Vanderpump Villa, and I was sitting at an airport bar having some vino and some za, and I decided to post about it. Immediately, I then get a follow and a DM from Demi. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. You guys can probably see right here that I was just as shocked. I'm like, oh, okay. Made a lighthearted joke about it. And from there, she tells me to call her. And I said on IG, and she decides no, gives me her phone number, which led to a multiple-hour conversation after that. And you're probably like, wow, what? That's interesting. But yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that Demi has made some crazy allegations about me. Crazy. But if that were the case, why are you following me? Why are you DMing me? Why are you giving me your phone number and proceed to have multiple hours of conversation and have a continued relationship after that? Yeah, doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
Season 2, it's between Day, Jesse, and Jen. A lot of it goes down during this cast trip to Italy, where they visit the cast of Vanderpump Villa. And that's when everything explodes. Jen accuses Day of flirting with Marciano, one of the guys from Vanderpump Villa. Day completely denies it, and it spirals into a whole storyline where Day accuses Jen of lying, Jen fires back, and tensions hit a boiling point. And trust me, it only gets messier from there.